I have a very simple definition of discipleship, which is discipleship is living a life of devotion to Jesus. So it's the lifestyle of a follower of Jesus. Discipleship is just a code word or a shortened way of capturing that idea that I'm living this life of devotion to Jesus. And so that is discipleship. Disciple making is when I pass on that way of life to someone else. And so if you are someone who is seeking to follow Jesus, then you're growing in discipleship. You're growing in a lifestyle of devotion to Jesus. And that's what's constantly under threat. And it's the same since the very beginning when Paul wrote to the believers in Corinth. In 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3, he told them that he was fearful that their minds might be led astray, that just as the serpent deceived Eve in the garden, that their minds might be led astray from the simplicity and purity of devotion to Christ. So if you think about Paul, like what kept him up at night? What was he concerned about for the Corinthians? His concern was that their minds would be led astray from having a simple, pure devotion to Jesus. And so that's what we're pursuing. We're pursuing a lifestyle of simple, pure devotion. And when we pass that way of life on to someone else, we are engaged in disciple making.
I think it's worth saying that I don't know if the church has been aiming at devotion to Christ as what we define a Christian as. I think there's probably been more as just believers. Like, do you believe and do you want to go to heaven? Do you want to receive this free gift? And so we've parsed out parts of the gospel that are beautiful and wonderful, and we've only shared that as though that was Christ's aim. Instead of the whole gospel to say, hey, God isn't just after believers, he's after devotees, which is just a very different thing. The demons believe, they're just not devoted to. And so the work of the believer is to believe in Christ. Like a follower must believe in Christ, obviously, but they're also following, right? And so this devotion, and I like this that's a whole life word. It's not and so a disciple isn't just an attender on Sunday who's learning and just trying to get quote unquote fed and trying to have a happy, joyful life and going about their business. This is whole life. I'm a follower of Jesus. I'm a disciple. I'm a devotee of Jesus everywhere I go, no matter where I am. And so I'm trying to live out the ways of Jesus in every sphere of my life all the time. So just that everywhere all the time. And so then church, if church is aiming for that, and if followers understand this is the goal, it changes the entire dynamic and relationship of the church, where now I'm coming to church because I want to learn more about this. How do I follow this life? I want to become better equipped. I'm becoming and being a disciple. And then if I also hear that, hey, I've got a calling to help others become as a part of this, I need to participate in there.